Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Hump Day Moose Minute Project on a Wednesday morning with snow coming down in southwest Wisconsin. I did not watch the joint meeting last night because I figured I would get bombarded with other things on my feeds and everywhere else. So the Moose Minute Project titled, it's getting, and some awesome good news to end this too. As you know, I am not a proud advocate at all for President Trump and what he's doing. But I am also not proud of how the Democrats reacted last night either. You don't bring props, you don't do all that stuff. It's just not worthy of anything. If anything, you don't have to, if there's good things to do, applaud at the time, whatever it may be. I know there's a whole lot of hatred, but I cannot see anywhere where we are going to work together for, I'm going to just say us common folk. I don't have the money to worry about it. It's going to be what it's going to be. But to do all the props and to do all that, and yes, give up your seat to those that are fired, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But to do that and raise your false signs or whatever, it's not going to matter, and it just makes you look like an idiot, I guess. Through all of this, we are seeing more idiocy than any of us can handle. Right or left, it is not good for any of us. Unless you're really, really wealthy, I don't see where this is working well. I see Canada now has pulled all their liquor, U.S.-made liquors, or going to be off their shelves. And people stating that, well, if we do all of this and we're doing all this, that Ukraine and Canada will be wiped off the map. Basically, they're just going to be at their knees begging for mercy. Proud people do not give in like that. I don't know much about Canadians. I do know they like their liquor, and I'm guessing that this is going to hurt some people. I don't think the tariffs is the right solution, but that's me. I know it's going to affect a lot of businesses. You can sit here and say it's not going to, but I believe the tariffs are not going to bring companies to U.S. ground. Yes, Honda is, I guess, building the Civic now at one of their locations, or they're coming, and then you've got a Taiwan company bringing their conductors or whatever it may be. There's going to be very few jobs added with any of this that I see. I don't feel that this is going to be the right way, but I know what I saw with teamwork wise or from both sides. Neither side is working together, and all it comes down to is a bunch of name calling. And it's like, I don't know, 4th grade, maybe 5th grade. We'll go to 6th grade, where it's who marries who on the playground, and if you're chubby, overweight, and slow, you're not welcome to play Red Rover. You're the last pick of the football team or whatever it may be. When are we going to start working together is the big question. When are we going to start focusing on the main, you may ask? Well, we have to start making that choice at the voting box. Get rid of both sides of those that are dug into the sand and dug in deep. and get rid of some of the major influencers, such as Big Pharma. You know, I seen a message about Elon Musk about talking about too many tax loopholes. He probably knows, because I'm guessing he uses a lot of those loopholes being billionaire. I don't have tax loopholes. I just noticed that a lot of my money goes to the government. I can see that, and then I still get to, at the end of the year, pay even more money in to the government. But I drive a nice vehicle. I have a nice house. My wife and I are content. Yes, it's tight, but we are better off than a lot. We have to start doing something. And we have to do that at the voting box. And we have to start doing more research. I wasn't impressed last night to watch how both things went. And like I said, holding up signs, doing all that is just childish bullshit. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't do anything for anybody. Except now the right can point at the left. And so on. Okay? I don't agree with at all what the right's doing right now in the Oval Office. Don't agree with it. But last night, to see clips of holding up their signs about false and everything on the left, it's just not. It's child's play. We have to take control of things in the voting box. And we have to start controlling what happens there with all of that. That's my input. That's it. That's all I've got. I don't make enough money to influence anybody. I make enough money to go on a 1 fishing trip or 2 fishing trips a year. I make enough money to drive, like I said, a nice vehicle. I have a nice home. And I get to bowl all year. That's pretty much what drives me, I guess. And I get to do this every day, which I love to do. And it's because we live in a country that allows us to speak our mind. But yeah, not impressed right now. If you're raising young children in that 16 to 18 year range, you probably have your hands full trying to explain what the hell's going on and why people are acting the way they are. So that's my rant today. I just wish that, wish everything would go smoother and better. I don't think we're gonna, I personally, unless somebody can explain these tariffs different to me, I don't see how they're going to work out. When you start a trade war and you start all of this, I don't see where that's going to work out. Maybe in a year's time, I'll be able to come and say I was all wrong about my viewpoint, but I don't believe so. Housing interests, the stock market, there's one other thing that he said, 2 years ago, that if a president in the office and it drops over 1,000 points, needs to be impeached immediately. Yeah, it dropped over 1,000 points the last 2 days. So, but nobody brings those up. Nobody wants to talk about all the things that have been said, because there's so many things that are said, and it's just sad. So, that's my final point. Good news, I said, though. I'm going to end this on good news, and I'm going to try to do this more often, but I'm going to end this on good news as far as my mom's second annual Alzheimer's shootout at the Richland Center Phoenix Center, November 8th, 2025. I got 2 spots left for businesses, for lane sponsors. Yesterday in the mail, I received a PWBA, so Professional Women's Bowling Association. I received a jersey from Verity Crawley. She is a lady that bowls the tour. It's an autographed jersey. So I had EJ Tackett's last year. I'm still working on that. But Verity sent me one yesterday. She is a phenomenal bowler. I've watched her for now probably 2 years, as she's climbed the ranks. And she's really good. And she did cards last year that went well. But a jersey this year. I think my mom would be utterly amazed at how many people have supported this cause. I've got 18 silent auction items already. They're listed on my events page. But Verdi sent me that yesterday. I got that in the mail yesterday. So I'm down to 2 spots left on the lane sponsors. $200 gets you a lane sponsorship. The money is due in October. I'm going to collect all of it at October. I don't want to keep track of it until November, but I'm listing you already on the sponsorships, and then I will collect everything in October. So this has been my drive and what keeps my mind moving forward, keeps me moving forward. Some of you may have not known, but I suffered a stroke back July 23rd of 17. So I'll be celebrating 8 years post-stroke here in July. And then Mom passed in August from Alzheimer's. So between the stroke, Alzheimer's, her losing Mom, this is what is helping this thing that I do, and then doing this tournament. Raised $5,100 in December last year. I think I've got a good shot at beating that again this year, with the things we have going on. So thank you to everyone that tunes into this and views this. You may not agree with me. You may not, and you may. Don't know. But I will say last night, on both sides of the aisle, it was disgrace, because anytime any of these politicians are in front of the camera, most of the time, if their lips are moving, they're lying. It's kind of how it works in sales, too. If a customer comes in and says this and this and this, you can believe about 80% of it, if not less, but that's how it works. You try to siphon through it all. But thank you. Appreciate everybody. And we'll talk tomorrow morning on a Thursday morning edition of the Moose Minute Project. And yeah, it's we'll go from there. But I wanted to share some good news at the end. I'm going to try to do that on most of the episodes I can. But this is just me rambling. So I truly appreciate everybody listening to me. We will talk tomorrow morning. Have a great day. And as always, take time to bless somebody's day today.